Nor vísum dégor, húl mi sé ceol slíomhlúchracht an céadúr, agus húil sé go mór bhaimormsa. Húil mi sé Padraig O'Keefe, Julia Clifford, Johnny Leary ach go háirithe Denis Murphy. Ní léon bhainte gomsa leis an taobh sa tíre, mar rug agus tóga mise im lách lia, agus is as Longford mo bhaintear. Ach an nómint húil mi sé Denis Murphy don céadúr, húil sé go mór bhaimormsa. Húil an ceol son is teach im cheann, im chorp agus im chrí, agus táim sé fós fí gríocht an ceol son. Cé go bhfuil aithne gomsa ceol Denis Murphy, fa bhatam tuile fáil amach faoin fearr taobh hir don ceol. Mar sin, táim sé an so is slíomhdúchar chun fáil amach Cérbh Denis Murphy. Balachanish go tí cúlé áit bhfuil cónaí Padar ó Riada. Agus is Padar ceantas na cumadóirí is ceoltóirí is fearr lomsa. Tá bhí aithne ag Padar Denis agus é ag fás an níos. Mar bhí ahar Padar Seán agus Denis an bhór le chéile. Is doch go méid cúpla scéalta ag Padar Marionar Denis agus cabhróg sé lomsa an ilreachtach chun fáil amach Cérbh Denis Murphy.
Chris Einar Denis Murphy in na seascadaí. Mar hánach an reachtain an so, is an fáiste. Agus nó dénach of Denis a tíic seo, bhí sé sís nachbunta sa síon san inis ag stáisiún. Fearr ard bagantas tamán, hiúlach sé go bres go fántachas amach marsin. Agus de bheasfá gribh sé beidir baganín mól nó ag marsin ar mach aithne go téir na riachfeir, mar de lucach sé gribh sé anna hénta. By Garvish an Eichliste. Agus anna ganúil, lán de jokes agus scéalta. An bhíoh sé seint, bhíoh an fidil suas agus bhíoh an méir se gána ísáis fada suas marsin. Like dín eile bín sé lúpa síos marsin ach bhí sé suas marsin agus do bhuailech sé an cuidsin rad an cuidsin leis an tríú méir suas. Agus reach na beol suas marsin ar se.
Technique.
Yeah, vi agus an bóg an dat hín bó an a scópúil, an i bhéin soich sé mach go dtíon deir agus den as a ríist agus. Hen is dúil annach asúla chéile sa clísin. Sto go daine sé Padraig.
Dowlam Denis an idil ó fóricí chuomh an ceoltóir is charactéir cháúil as chláuntán, a bhíoch ag siúil háart slíomhlúchra ag múna an idil do chaltaí nós Paddy Cronin, Julia Clifford, agus Darnói Paddy Jones.
When you hear Denis playing, Denis is the soul of Padraig's music. Denis epitomized what Padraig was trying to do with music, They didn't go down the line of technicality. They went down the line of expression, It was totally lyrical music and it was telling a story, My father used to say, the old people used to describe Keith's playing as when you listen to Keith playing, he was actually talking to you, see. Denis was as near as you could get to Padraig that I could understand.
Bun rud meall Denis. Agus an rud ná tuigeann ceoltóirí nuamhbéidir, ná go bé a charactéir lán a bhí sa cheol. Ní raibh obair iontlach túil a buint leis. Tá me tagart a seo ríiste má hantar in bhain ceol leis an tíntlacht, nó tá bhrannig leis an tíntlacht, ní hagann sé áit céanna in san persantucht a hagad. Agus do Denis agus a léhéad, hín ceol díreach amach go saonta, ní raibh éon cuimhnimh chuir a cha thuairt watha.
Well, is hard anger fiddle é so, agus is an or rua é. Is beter go meich sim ag Denis agus Julius an fiddle so. Maar de bhí fiddle as an túlin ag Denis agus bhí stro fiddle ag Julia. So chasam tune a fuair so haftach a rinne Brown Branach de Denis. We are a Tom Shutton so a Gert Lor on counter Kjolver a doctor Slieve Lucre. Say shop on Carnog I Lor Scartach and Glinna. Because though who's and throw son to Castle Island, who's and son Cordle, Valley Desmond, Howland son, Ratmore, Knock na Gree, and throw son, August Arch Duchus Denis Murphy Lisheen. Bhí Birch Coforty mór ceol ag Denis a rithe héil, agus bí a ghrifuair Julie Clifford an chéad duine ach up son. Táimse mo bhealach anis go dtí an teachan a raibh cónaí Denis. Áite tám chun búla le Billy Clifford, mac le Julia agus níl le Denis. Níor chas mé leis riamh go dtí an nómant so.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Billy. How's it going?
Welcome.
Thanks very much. Well, Billy, it's great to be in this house, and I'm just thinking of all the music that must have been played here down the years and the great musicians that were in this room. The walls must have seen some music in their time.
Definitely, yes. Unfortunately, it's been a long time since I played in this particular house. Denis Murphy died back in 1974, and I think it must have been February previous to that, February 74, since I played in here. So it's over 35 years ago since I played in this particular house. But it was magic to come in here when Denis Murphy was living here, you know. Before he ever played the tune at all, he'd start, you know, he'd check the tuning of the fiddle, you know, he'd put the bow on the strings, and he was a famous man for playing those lovely chords, you know, 2 fingers down the strings, and just magic. Even before he ever played a tune at all, like, it was just magic to hear him playing this chord, you know, tuning the fiddle up. It was fantastic.
This is your son, Denis?
This is my son, Denis, in matter of fact, yes, that's right, called after Denis Murphy, yeah.
Did you ever meet Denis Murphy?
No, Queeveen, I didn't actually. Denis died, I think, in the spring of 1974, and I wasn't born until the November, so I have no direct memory of Denis at all. Although I suppose through, you know, other people's experiences of him, recollections, pictures, you know, maybe bits of video I've seen since, and especially the recordings. I suppose in a sense I do feel as though I almost did meet him or did have a memory of him, you know. I spent a bit of time in this house when I was younger as well, and I knew Julia Mary, Denis's wife, quite well. She was a lovely woman, and I suppose through knowing her I almost felt like I knew him and being around the place and being around the music, you know. I do love the music, but there's aspects of it that you can't really, I suppose, learn and teach, because so much of it was just down to the unique way that he played. I mean, you can describe the style and the Slieve Lucre style, you know, till the cows come home, but so much of what Denis put into it was his own. He was utterly and totally unique in every way. I'm sure right down to just the size of his hands on the fretboard of the fiddle had an influence on how he played. So I suppose nobody else could quite play like him, and as a result, you know, that's not stuff you can learn, you know. That's Denis's fiddle, or at least it's the fiddle he had, I suppose, for the last, I suppose, since the 50s. Denis was in New York at some stage playing at a house party. During the course of the house party, somebody sat on his existing fiddle and broke it. The story goes that there was somebody who either lived in that apartment block where the party was on, who was actually from Eastern Europe somewhere, and said, you know, there's actually a fiddle here in the building somewhere that somebody's not using, just take it away with you. Do you want to have a...
I'd absolutely love to.
Here you go. And what drew you to his music, yeah?
Well, I don't know. I guess just from the very first time I heard it, it just felt so beautiful. It felt like getting a big hug from from your grandmother. That's what it felt like to me. It was not technique. It wasn't like why you'd be attracted to Coleman or let's say Frankie Gavin or something like that, because I'm attracted to them for in other ways, but with Denis, it was the feeling. It was so warm and beautiful, and it felt like it did your heart good and your soul good rather than your brain good, you know. And the sound of it is just so beautiful.
As I went out upon the ice being rough and stony, the ice had broken down, I went and wet my tan leone.
Animation de Denis an son rinne mé mar a mós de chlúdach an Kernin is cáiliúil rinne Denis Murphy. Ceann na hafa chéil in the grifúr Julia dar vanam The Star Above the Garter. Ceann dis na classics is mós an tradiisiún se an Kernin áirithe seo. Ceann dis na Kerníní is mó a chuig bhain, ní a bhain ormsa ach na slúte atá ag semmint ceol tradiisiúnta inniuh.
An tafadus in the Gilder, The Star Above the Garter. Stoidum go bhesin an bun chóip a bhíonna ag ceoltóirí. Nó a bheirte gan héin se so. An bun chóip a bhecha gut chun go háirithe der seanna dúgópa le go down. Der dis matter semmint ísilas a dine bheithe active ísilas active áda digató.
Chun an rud seo atá árá ag brawndána léirú, tas gan an beag déanta agam is títhe san hotelroom ina bhuilim ag sennim cachport den sleánán Danny Abs. Port a dóla míos ón Star Above the Garter. I dús baire, casam an tiún I lug ó hús go deire san gnábhealach. Is sé seo an piasa a bhích á chasa ag Denis. Anis sennam an piasa a bhích á chasa ag Julia, na nótaí céanna a bhích ag Denis ach san active ísisiil. Anis déanam rud ag an breise bhaithe leis an chreic. Tám ag buint tanmh as an slí an na bríon an scanán seo, agus chun tríopáirt a bheith agam, peocam srána an idil san scáthán. Mise mé héan agus mé féinnig.
Is template is a bheith sin do riine a bheith diaag ceol a heilsí an a bheith ceol berte. Rá bheilín, nó bheilín is bus go ceol, nó fean rábus go ceol, nó úla síele agus Bhí sé anamúil, bhí sé chun á dúra, siad fá ná idir a darbh chéin take bhádas na heanna go. Ní díar fáil a taine écha go duine chu seo ná gur bhéh an dheara ná an faice dhearach a chuiristeach amach fémar dinta sláhainú bhan.
Dúras go raibh birch cófortaí mór ceol ag Denis a rithe héal, agus ba é Johnny Leary an dara duine agam son. Is deachar a creadúnt gur hain Denis agus Johnny ceol le chéile feadh 7 mbliain is tríocha ach is fíor é son. Táim sé mo bhealach anis chun bóla le Maras O'Keefe, fíor iad a léir duine álinn cnasta agus cara búin le Denis Murphy. Is cuian leis an muirt ag sennim le chéile.
Johnny Leary played with him. Johnny was only about 16 years at the time. It was called Teddy Willis Hall. It was their combination started, Johnny and Denis. There was no light or nothing there, it was tilly lamps and timber floor and in the halls. Well, there were only There were only sheds, actually. Sheds that throw some crystals on the floor. And people were very, very happy because 6 pence and a shilling was the main interest to get in. And the money was small for the musicians as well. But still, the hall used to be full, and they enjoyed it.
I played in Teddy Williams Hall. I started in Teddy Williams Hall at the age of 12 years. The man that was in there ahead of me, he was actually getting a bag of fish from some fellow in a pub, which was wrong, like. He hit the wrong man the same night. And he ate a pull, 5 teeth in the front of his mouth. And he went away to England as I was doing it, and I was taking over. Then Denis Murphy asked me now to go over to play with him in Teddy Williams. And I played with Denis Murphy for, I said, between his trips to America now for the couple of years I said I played with Denis for the most part, 37 years of age. I was trying to think he was there one day. I was mad about him. He was a pure child. Denis Murphy was a pure child. Nice man as ever got a fiddle in his hand, and that all nice. That's like Paddy O'Brien, it's a fairy. Everyone was nice, the most of them anyway.
Diming Johnny Owing Slín na Fiarna I 2004, a chug méid cuairt a bhantrach lil agus a inín Ellen I Galárne. Ní na hóna go raibh neart cuimhnachán lo faoi Denis agus na mlínta a bhíoch sé I ggóilúdar Johnny.
I knew Denis all my life.
You did?
He did, sure. He was only living a couple of miles, a mile and a half, I suppose. I don't know how to describe him because he was really a lovely man. Yeah. He wouldn't upset anyone or talk bad about anyone. You know, he was a real gentleman. Yeah. Denis Murphy was I don't know, would you ever find the like of him?
He was the chauffeur as well as the...
He was, yeah.
As well as the musical partner. You see, my father never drove, so Denis was always the driver. Okay. He had to come and collect. I always think Denis played a bit like James Morrison.
There's a touch of it.
Isn't there?
I was listening to this thing of Morrison there and
I think
the
that's
bounce
the American,
just the kind of
that's the American
thing,
influence. You know, it's a bit different to Padraig Keefe's.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
When I listen to Denis, all I need to hear is just one draw and I know it is him. It's still so distinctive. But I don't know anybody who plays like Denis Murphy.
Yeah. Lech mór domsa is a Paddy Cronin. Ní raibh is gom ribh seo go raibh cadrah choláidir son idir é héan agus Denis Murphy. Cé go raibh an bhirteachú ag fálam fiddle ó fórg chuomh. Bhí Denis I bhfad ní sinan á Paddy, agus bhíoch Denis ag tuairt cúnamh fíorthábhata do Paddy lena chuid fiddléireacht. Chomá lei sin bhóg an bhirteachú saoil go dtí na Stáit Aontaithe timpeall 1949.
Denis brought me along anywhere when I was a kid, and it was a big help. All the tunes that I played, Denis played them. For Patrick Keefe wrote them for him. I had nothing to do, only listen to Denis, and Denis only lived across the field about a mile. He didn't have to do much, only play it. And I'd pick it up on time, you know. But there was no tape recorders. It'd be a lot easier if there was a tape recorder in them days. But there was no tape recorders. That's the reason the people that were there in them days were great, because they kept it going. Denis played that one a lot, and I guess he got it from Patrick Keefe. I don't know where it came from. Denis and Patrick Keefe and so forth, and down through the years, Tom Billy, and they done their share of the playing. So that's the reason she's alive today. Just handed down there.
The first time that I knew what O'Keefe and Denis were doing with slow airs was from the Cérbh of the Garter. You know, Denis's playing of Queenie Igonan. That really encapsulates what slow air playing is all about, you know. This is a scene from history, from the Battle of Kinsale, you know, and the defeat of O'Neill and O'Donnell, and it's the last hope of Ireland, you know, ever overcoming the might of the British Empire that dominated the country. So in this slow air, you can hear the nation of Ireland actually crying, you know, for the loss of its national identity and for its freedom.
Ní raibh riomh an héileán so ag nucht na grí. Ach, it's an tig tarnit cáiliúil so, Dan Connells, a chas Denis Murphy, an nóta derna ceol chas sé riamh, an ihe a fuair sé bhás. Bhí sé chasan so le Johnny Leary, mar do ná, an son hiúil sé a bhaile go dtí gníomh go le.
And we played together that night, and I never heard him playing as good. And you know, for it is that much bigger there, because I got the biggest fight I ever got tonight. Denis and Art O'Keefe were with him. And Denis played 3 wheels in the center place there in Dunconnell. I never heard a note of him. And I had a card in like this now, like we're talking here. And he says, when do you play the game? I never heard him. I said, before. Oh, I must give him. I thought you had him. Next thing he played 4 or 5 gigs, never heard a note of him. I must give him tomorrow night, he said.
This particular night, he said, Cérbh, you'd fiddle in the case, my own fiddle, Cérbh in the case. And he said, he jumped off the chair up there and played my fiddle. And he came down, he sat on the seat. And before he sat on the seat, he said, Morris, he said, I'm afraid I'm crocked. And that night, he died at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's it. That was the finish. There was the last one they had with the man. That is inside in Tashane's McCown. I do feel lonely after him, Tim. I do. He has some gift that the other musicians haven't. He was more like a child. The only way I will put it, he imparted his blessing on me.
In loving memory of Denis Murphy, le Sheen. Seachto Lád Abran, mil nígéad seachto Chahar. Ní rug a mise go dtí seachto ní, so níor bhúil mise le Denis riamh. A bhúlas le na chuid ceol. Agus braimse ag éisteach le na chuid ceol. Gwyl an ceol son chosú le baró ulmhór criúil a áil ó duine áling. So befalum rud a chasa an fiddle in anáró.
Chluisim go raibh a bheon ina chuid ceol an áileacht son meon I bhí sa duine héin an sport a bhí nach chraí an iadar mo chríocht bhí buit leis. Agus beidir tá bhíar sa fad an gur sé casta tá bhíar tá bhíar an rot sa fad bhí son sa cheol chomá. Ach deirtar go háirithe éanaí go raibh heine chuid, go raibh chuid ceol mar a héin.
Take raibh tuiscint gom ridso áileacht a chuid ceol. Is soléir dom inis go dag an áileacht an ceol ó áileacht an duine. Tá aithne nua curtha gom Cérbh Denis Murphy, agus tá anna hásta as an aithne sin.
Tula ceol agus crack in nacht sa dangan agus féilte ráhí agus Peace ó yes ag dynamitéisi híine. Go teachtan se thugann i bratha Paul McGrattan sa tóidir Cérbh Josie McDermott an ceoltóir dál a bheall na slútiil an chud ceol ar bhead a glór.